tackle your losses with another episode of the Tackle for Loss podcast, the premium New Zealand NFL gambling podcast.
Fires into the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! No!
And we're back! Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tackle for Loss podcast, New Zealand's premium gambling NFL podcast. This week, we're joined by the same people I was joined with last week. To my left, amateur analyst Kiefer O'Donoghue.
Cockroach on your shoulder. Keep it in. Keep it all in.
What the fuck?
I've never
started episode.
I've never seen a move so fast.
Almost like better the fact that you said joined by the same people, but there's an extra person.
I was going to say, that cockroach was like, yo, what about me, dog?
He's stripping off. He's heading off.
He's done.
He's going rig pads.
He's just going to pads.
He's going raw pads. I think this is the first time on the podcast you'll see Cree's actual shoulder width.
Bro, I saw it start crawling. I'm like, started to talk. I'm like, I have to lean into the mic. This has to be content.
Yeah, it's under the sink, man. Unreal. Well, while Cree's doing that, welcome to Tackle for Loss. I'm the host on the left-hand side, Kiefer O'Donoghue. And Grayson's the host on the right-hand side.
I'm on the right-hand side, but not always the right side of betting. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, absolutely. Our illustrious leader has returned. How was that?
Scary.
Talking to your mic, please.
Scary.
He almost died.
God damn, nothing worse than a fucking cockroach, man.
That's what you get for
Who's
wearing
the
a
equipment
Steelers
manager on the
jersey.
podcast? They should really be cleaning that shit up.
You know what it is? It's a goddamn Steelers jersey.
Yeah.
It's the goddamn
fuck the
Steelers
Steelers.
jersey.
I was surprised when you pulled the Steelers jersey out.
Yeah, I thought, give him a bit of something. Bit of something to root for.
Fair enough.
Yeah, how'd that go?
You try to reset yourself. Mate, how was your last week in regards to the NFL?
I did all right.
Yeah.
Don't know if my stats off the top of my head. No, I think I lost a couple.
Grayson went 4-2.
There we go. That's not terrible.
That's not terrible.
That's on locks, but also I didn't get Thursday Night Football.
All of us missed Thursday Night Football. The over obviously didn't hit.
It was a terrible game.
Oh, fucking boring game.
We didn't watch the second half.
No. We
Yeah.
went out and played Bear Die.
We went and played Bear Die. We watched. We kept an eye on the stats and we're like, if this gets a bit more interesting, we'll
that's
come back
right.
in.
We did come back in.
you guys
I came in and looked at it a couple times, and every time I walked in, someone was punting.
Yeah,
it was
I kept
pretty
checking
unreal.
checking the
It was
stats
pretty
because I
bad.
needed
If only we could put money on punts.
I needed people to score.
Hunts and interceptions, man.
I needed things to happen. So here was I put a big bet on, by the way. Put a big bet on, $100 bet. Same game multi, playing $3.60. So 360 if this came through. I needed Hayden Hurst, 10 receiving yards. He got that in like the last drive.
Yeah.
So that hit. I needed 50 rush yards for Foreman. That hit, I think, in the first half almost. He was kind of crushing the yards. Panthers over 15.5 and Bears over 15.5. So the field goal that was missed in the final drive, the Bryce Young pass, instead of going for 5 yards or so, he went for a 10-yard to get the first down. Obviously, got fucked up. Never happened.
Yep.
Then made it a 59-yard field goal that came up short.
Yep.
And
By
that,
at least 6 yards.
and that lost me my bet.
Yeah.
Did you see the kicker's reaction?
Yeah,
when he looked
just-
over at the bench and kind of just shrugged.
Just
He's
shrugged.
like, he knew that he didn't have that in him.
I was gonna say.
Well, it's kind of like,
I don't really blame.
absolutely, I don't blame the kicker.
I don't blame the kicker at all.
Oh no, it's not the kicker's fault.
No, like, it was
It's the play calling.
It was
Yep.
bad play calling and bad
Decision making.
on Bryce Young's part.
Yeah.
Like I said it when we were out there before. Actually, we can talk about this when we get to the Panthers.
Yeah. Sure. Okay.
Because it's
I think
not
so, yeah.
it's not going to be going on about Bryce Young now.
Yeah. No, fair enough.
So last week, obviously Grayson went 4-2, missed Thursday nights. Kiefer went bang over a week for Kiefer, 7-3. Missed Thursday night, obviously.
Yep.
And I went 5-6, so not very good at all.
I just realised what that meant for me too. By the way,
Put you negative? Wait, no.
no. With that 4-2,
Yeah.
if I'd hit that extra one when I put on that any 5, I would have made money, but I lost it because I had.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
And then I went 5-6, missed Thursday night. And so overall locks, I'm just negative, 33, 34 and 2 pushes. Kiefer's positive now, 27, 25 and 2 pushes.
Whoa,
Grayson's 25,
the
21.
mafia finally getting paid.
Yeah.
Harry
Because
hit
that bit's still going.
Harry hit his only lock he placed last week,
Oh, nice.
which was Cowboys to beat the Giants by 16 and a half.
Well, if we want to talk about some teams that made money last week, the only one that I can say reliably made me money was the Cowboys. And that was kind of to be expected. They were going to absolutely destroy the Giants, but we weren't sure how much they would do it by, so you could have gone silly with the bets and it probably still would have hit.
The amount of anytime touchdown scorers you could have put in the same game multi and it would have hit. Nuts.
Yeah,
Nuts.
absolutely.
I'm glad that I didn't just for a laugh.
We should have actually looked into that.
But
'cause
you never
that
know.
would've
But
been
what
great.
do you do? Do you do a bet
yeah.
where you go anytime touchdown scoring, you go like 4 different guys or 3 different guys, or do you go CeeDee Lamb just score 3 touchdowns? You know.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
true.
Yeah, it's kind of like
it is super tricky, and with that one, I played it safe. I got some money, and I'm happy with that. You know, like it's one of those things where if I'd gone risky, then it may have not hit. But
Yeah.
on that game, it definitely would have done. for every
super
other game.
annoying as well is that the 1 week where my strat was to go with a lot of unders because this whole year has been hitting unders like crazy.
Yeah.
And then the one week that so I'm gonna put at least 5 unders on. I think 2 of them hit, and it's just like,
Yeah.
fuck, man.
Good
Yeah,
football,
man.
shit for gambling.
Yeah, pretty much. I think the league's so unpredictable at the moment. It's just it's really tricky. It's really really tricky.
Yeah.
I will also shout out before we jump into this week's games. Shout out hockey guy Ryan Coleman Bowman.
Brian Bowman Coleman, the fucking hockey
I
guy.
have a gripe to pick with Bowman.
Oh shit!
the
airing it
one
out.
hockey bet that he puts in the chat that I jump on
Yeah.
loses.
No,
Yeah,
to be fair,
I'm the same.
to be fair, he put in his analysis on pretty much all the teams that were playing. Then he sent what his bets were. See, I would have a gripe if he didn't put a photo of what he was
this
betting
was
on.
a different one. This was for yesterday for the Oilers.
Yeah.
Islanders and stuff.
I'm
Yeah,
fucked off
yeah.
on that one
At
too.
the start of that, before he
Not
said,
because of him, but-
before he said though, he said he was very uncertain on those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know
Hockey
what
guy's
it
one of those guys where if you pressure him into a bet, you're not going to get your bet. But if he out of the blue in chat goes, "Hey, what about this, or not even, hey, what about?" He'll just be like, "I reckon this, and this today, guys. Kiefer, could you put a bet on for me?" Because he doesn't have an account with
That's
a
the thing,
designated betting provider.
you know that if he goes out of his way to send you
Yep.
money and get you to put a bet on for
then he
him,
believes it.
Yep.
then it's worth taking
And
because
that's how you
he
make-
believes it that much.
That's how you make money. That's how you pay the mafia back. Should we jump into Thursday night football then?
Finally, some good primetime games.
Hey, Thursday night football.
Thursday night football.
Hey, that's a good trend. Yeah. So the Monday night football guy, you can
Yeah.
be the Thursday
Did you
night
see
football
Stefan
guy.
Diggs jump on that
Yeah,
thing with him?
that was
That was
really
a cool
cool.
video.
Monday night football.
Just us talking in Spanish.
Monday night football.
Well, save that for Monday night football.
Okay, sorry.
We could use that sound drop.
Yeah, we can.
So this week we have the Ravens at home. Minus,
Finally, a good fucking Sorry, Karen.
minus 3.5 against the Bengals.
That.
Nah, flicks this game.
Plus 3.5 over under of 46.
This would be the game they do flick.
Finally, a good Monday night football, primetime football game.
Finally.
Finally.
Not
Not
even
Monday,
Monday,
it's
just
Thursday night.
any prime
Prime
time.
time,
Any
yeah.
prime
Primetime,
time.
yeah. Ravens obviously disappointing loss to the Browns, 33-31 at home. Who would have thought their fucking defense would crumble to a Deshaun Watson-led Browns team?
Yeah, but this is the thing I've been saying about the Ravens. Aside from that, you should bet on them to win the Super Bowl. Was they play down?
Yeah.
They play good teams, they're incredible. They play bad teams, mistakes
And
happen.
Bengals lost to the Texans 27-30 at
Yeah,
home.
we say it's a
Surprising.
good primetime game. It's two teams coming off a loss.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
but
two
two
strong
high-scoring
teams.
Oh, yeah.
high-scoring
Strong
games.
teams.
I mean, the Ravens
Yeah.
still put up 31 points against that Browns defense.
Yeah.
Well, that's also interesting as well. You would think that 46 isn't. I mean, it's a high game, but for two teams or two games that went to almost 60 points, or one went to 60, one couple points off 60, 46 looks low.
Yeah.
But is that what they want you to think?
Yeah,
Is this a
thinking
Mr.
it's
Vegas?
Well, the thing is, though, so we have to lock it. We're contractually obligated to lock.
Contractually
you
obligated.
lock-
Yeah,
locking-
one of the options, the 3 options, yeah.
Yeah. Would you? I don't know if I can lock the Ravens or the Bengals. So I reckon the safest bet is the over. I'm not saying I'm locking it just yet. I may be
The
swayed.
Bengals have Hendrickson out as well. He hyperextended his knee
Oh,
last
yeah,
week.
yeah,
so
yeah.
I think they're
Sounds
missing their 2 best pass rushers.
Sweet. Yeah,
Um,
I really don't know how this will go.
Which means their D line's weaker, which means they're possibly going to, like with Gus Edwards, they'll just fucking run up the middle.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
Lamar can move too. He
Yeah.
led their team in rushing last week. So
With Lamar being back, like as of this year, is this the first time we've seen a Burrow Lamar game?
I don't know.
I
to be
don't know.
honest.
Yeah,
I
I don't know.
got put on the stats about 3 hours ago. I
Yeah,
didn't have
true,
time to look
true.
that up.
Yeah. Look, I don't know what I think here. The Bengals are finally heating up, but then you would think the defense just needs to be doing a little bit more.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have got rid of Eli Apple, man.
Dude, he was the glue that held the team together. Dude. Yeah, I really don't know what to think
This
about
one's
this game.
so hard. This one's so hard. What I can tell you is it'll be a great watch.
Yeah, and for that reason,
Yeah.
I will take the over because I'm a fan of football.
Nice. I like that. I was already thinking of taking the over, but when you say it like that, I'm also taking the over.
Yeah, I'm taking the over.
Yeah, that's a triple lock, boys.
It's Thursday night.
Thursday night.
We do this
No,
every
we
week.
don't do it.
No,
we don't
do it.
Not, no.
But we don't always lock the same thing.
yeah,
Still get a
no,
siren
but
noise.
It's not a
understand
lock.
the
The
siren.
siren's
No.
not.
For
Okay.
my lock, I'm gonna lock the Bengals at 3.5 plus 3.5 to be
Ooh,
different.
I like it. I'm definitely going to be putting some multis on this game, which will probably be Bengals related because I know them better than the Ravens.
Would you give us a hint at what that possibly could be?
Well, surely I should. It's a gambling podcast,
Oh, yeah,
right?
there we go.
Passing, rushing yards, Joe Burrow, probably just minimum. Jamar Chase, I'll go minimum amount of yards on him. Receiving yards for Mixon, I need to check if he's going to get some receiving or if he's a better...
It'll be around plus. It'll be about 15.
15 will be his
Yeah,
minimum.
see, I reckon that's worth a shot, and that'll probably be my $3 one and those three there. On the other side, I might do a Lamar Jackson passing, rushing. He targets Mark Andrews quite a bit,
Yeah.
so probably some minimum on Mark
He's
Andrews.
the only one you can bet on to be getting catches every week. Like,
Yeah,
very rarely
yeah.
he won't. You can't bet on Zay Flowers. You can't bet on
No.
Odell because weeks they'll just not do
Yeah.
much. And then I
And
feel
then-
like he's the only one. Lamar,
OBJ 2 weeks in a row touchdown. He could be back.
he had one catch for 40 yards.
And it was
That's yeah.
good ass
That's his job though.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably work out who their leading running back is.
Gus Edwards.
Gus
Oh,
Edwards.
it's so
and
hard
just put
because
minimum on
they've
him,
been
maybe.
giving Keaton Mitchell way more of the ball, or not way more of the ball, but he's starting to see more
He's
and
seen
more.
more of it.
Yeah.
He's seeing more of it,
Yeah.
and he's using his opportunities with like averaging 9 yards. I think he leads the league in yards per carry.
Who's the Ravens' number one wide receiver?
Fucking no one knows. Zay Flowers?
Is it technically Zay Flowers? Is he the
guess
wide
so.
I
receiver?
think it is,
Yeah,
yeah.
interesting. Okay. But yeah, I'll put something like that on. Or maybe what I'll do is instead of making 2 on that, I'll take those top options that I really like.
Once
from
again, man,
each team.
chuck in each team to score 15 or more.
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah,
a,
that's a good one.
actually a really good
That's a really
baseline,
good
yeah.
one.
You know, it's good because the thing is, if you put that in for both teams, or if that's the only 2 things you put in, it makes it like $1.20, $1.30.
Yeah.
So that's a big like
a
buffer
bump,
just
yeah.
to
Yeah,
Chuck in
that's
there.
real good. But yeah, no, there's definitely some potential in there.
I would even possibly for this game put like a little dicey one on and just choose 3 guys that I think I could see getting a touchdown and just like put them together anytime. I know it's risky, but like why not?
I'd even go like
Yeah.
both teams to score 22.
Wow,
Like both
bump
teams
it
to
up
score
a bit.
21,
Yeah.
21 and a half.
Especially because you guys are taking the over. You want points, right? Might as well double down on it.
Yeah,
But
'cause
then
I could see like chuck in Lamar,
That's how I bet.
Chase,
That's why I always
Yeah.
lose.
and maybe even like someone like one of the Ravens running backs or something. Something like that.
Yeah, a lot of potential.
A lot of potential.
A lot of potential here.
You always get value going Gus Bus to get a touchdown, eh?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
He's always a
true,
good touchdown shout.
True.
Next game.
Alrighty.
What a absolute shitter this will be. Browns -4. They just bet the Ravens at home against the Steelers +4. Over under 36.5. Realistically, the Browns could score all 36 here.
Yeah.
How the fuck are the Steelers 6-3?
Dude, that is an insane stat. It's them. There's like 3 teams.
It's these 4. It's a divisional. All those 4 teams we've just mentioned
Division,
are in
yeah.
the same division, and they're
Yeah.
all positive.
Yeah.
The Bengals are the bottom of their division.
Yeah, nuts, eh?
5-4.
Yeah.
Well, it's
That's
like,
why
but
I've
how
put
the
down
fuck-
best division in football in question marks.
The
Yeah.
Steelers getting outscored in points, outgained in every game. It's another game. The one they lost to the Pack, or the one they bet the Packers, they got outgained in yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it's just stupid the fact that this team's winning.
Kenny Pickett's just doing what he needs to do, which is not turn the ball over, and somehow it's
Yeah.
winning them games. But
Yeah.
against this Browns defense, I don't see that happening.
Yeah, this is a tricky one. The Browns, for me, are such an unknown quantity right now. Every week I'm like, this isn't their week. It becomes their week. And every week where they should do well, they like catastrophically implode.
They've recently had a couple high scoring games though.
And the thing is, though, we talked about the Steelers and the Packers. We talked about Packers last week, and we didn't read into their win against the Rams, the big win they had, the 20-3 win, whatever it was.
Yeah, it's 20-3.
And I'm also, but I'm going to. I think that kind of goes hand in hand with the Steelers beating the Packers 23-19 at home. I'm not reading too much into the Steelers win against the Packers.
Okay.
And for that
Yeah.
reason, I am locking the Browns -4 here.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm also locking the Browns -4.
Oh shit! Both
Because
of you.
if you look at the Steelers game last week,
Yeah.
it was literally a touchdown drive away, and it's been the Packers thing of throwing interceptions, and like with the Steelers defense being able to do that against a team who's known to do it, known to throw the ball away, it's not really surprising that they won in the end.
Yeah, I don't like the Steelers, and I don't like that.
Yeah, they have cockroaches on their jerseys.
Yeah, fuck, dude,
Yeah,
that's how
true,
fucking
true.
dusty they are.
For
That's
that-
how dusty they are.
Dusty.
Expert analysis: cockroach on a Steelers jersey. Lock the Browns.
Bad luck. That's the Browns
That's
lock.
bad luck.
That's
Yeah,
triple
yeah,
lock.
yeah. Woo!
Good
Rumor
luck.
has
But
it.
yeah, but the as I was saying, I don't like the Steelers. I don't like that they're 6-3. They are just somehow coming away with wins right at the end of a game.
Yeah,
and
that they shouldn't be winning. Like,
Yeah,
they just-
it feels more like chance than it feels like any particular skill, talent, or game calling.
I saw
Yeah.
on Twitter the Steelers season has like a perfect go through the playoffs, whatever. Go through the season, get to 500, get in the playoffs, and get beat by 40 points by the Chiefs
Yeah.
in the first round.
yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
That's
Yeah.
how the Steelers season is going to go.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But you know what? Mike Tomlin's going to be still over
Yeah.
500.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
what a
that-
good coach,
What a
man.
good
What a good
coach.
coach.
Does this?
Oh, to be fair though, Matt Canada fired as offensive coordinator. Wait, no, he wasn't.
No,
Yeah.
that was the Bills coordinator.
Bills.
Was
Yeah,
that
it was Bills.
confirmed?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it has been.
It
Yeah,
is
Dorsey,
confirmed.
Dorsey's fired.
Does
That's kind of
does the Steelers being 6-3 go to prove that Tomlin might be a good coach though?
No.
Because he's coaching this team somehow to a winning record.
Yeah, I
don't know,
It's an
man.
interesting point you bring up there because I think he has something to do with it. And the thing you hear about him, as much as he's not the flashiest coach in the league, is he's a big locker room guy, an attitude guy,
Culture shows.
culture, and it's like their team grits in for that entire game and doesn't stop until the end. And I think that is kind of what might get them their wins. Doesn't look good on the day, doesn't look good in the stat line aside from that win. But at the end of the day, he's been known for his culture, and I kind of feel like it might be the only thing that is holding them together right now.
Hey, can you ever? I mean, we've already gone through this game. Doesn't matter. We
Yeah,
stop talking
yeah.
about Steelers here because I fucking hate them.
And you hate their little mascot.
Yeah.
You're gonna roll up and smoke that roach dog?
The Browns might this week.
Yeah. I
yeah.
reckon they
The
will.
Browns might.
Next game, Dolphins at home, -11.5. Raiders visiting, +11.5. Over under 46. Dolphins are coming off the bye. They just lost to the Chiefs 21-14 in Germany.
Yeah. Poor Germans.
Raiders just bet the Jets 16-12 at
After
home.
last week, yeah, really
Yeah,
poor.
Poor Germans. I want to just talk about the Raiders for a second
Yeah.
because we just spoke about culture of Mike Tomlin. Their new coach, whose name I've already forgotten.
Antonio Pierce, I think.
I think
It's-
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
it
last name is Pierce. I can't
Yeah,
remember what it
yeah.
says. Antonio sounds right.
I
Though.
think it is Antonio. He
Antonio or Anthony, I don't know. Something with an A.
No, it's
Yeah.
Antonio because he's brown.
look it up, producer.
Yeah, makes sense.
Thanks.
it's just the
he
brown Anthony,
is
isn't it?
the right guy, I think, for that team. Within a week, he turned that team around.
Yeah.
And his culture is perfect for the Raiders.
Yeah, it's what they need.
It's 100% what they need. You know, he drives a 64 Impala.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, well, he was born in Compton and raised in Compton, and he's
Yeah.
just like, "This is my team. This is where I grew up."
Yeah.
and he's just like real gruff about it. And he's like, "This is what we do." And I was
How-
like,
however-
it actually suits. Like on that team, there was Max Crosby, and everyone talked about Max Crosby. He's that guy who plays 90 minutes. He goes 90%, 100% for 90 minutes. He's a dirty dog. Now they actually have
I mean, 60 minutes.
60 minutes.
9
sorry.
minutes is English football.
Yeah, true. Now they
You don't do
actually have
numbers.
now they actually have a coach in that position whose same attitude is trickling down, kind of giving me, dare I say it,
Oh, here we go.
Dan Campbell vibes.
There we go.
Yeah.
Although,
take what
you know
you've
what he,
got
you
and
know what
work
he
with
did
it.
this week, which is wrong. He
Say.
challenged on a play that was unchallengeable, and he wasted a timeout.
Oh,
Oh, you know, he's new to it. Doesn't matter.
yeah.
But I do also want to say though, do you think that this is less of a him thing and more of a locker room getting rid of a toxic guy, a toxic coach?
Yeah.
You put any coach in that position, you make any of the other guys that were in that coaching staff that would have put their hand up to be head coach. You put any of those guys in there, you think that I think personally that could still be the results that's coming out now. I don't necessarily think that's a him being in that
Sure,
role.
yeah.
I think it's more of the team needing somebody else that was the.
I do think this will be the first test.
Yeah, I was about to say, we
know
do
what I mean?
have to look
Yeah,
at
they've
it, the
played
fact
the-
that they went against the Jets.
They've played the Giants and the Jets
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Jets
they
haven't
wiped
looked
New
too
York
bad
out.
recently though. Like,
Yeah.
and then I don't know.
But
I like
the Raiders finally threw the ball to Devontae Adams. He had
Yeah.
86
Yeah.
yards on
Yeah.
6 catches, I think.
Yeah,
And then
that-
the coach
looked good too.
afterwards in an interview goes, "Yeah, I'm going to throw Adams the ball. I'm not stupid."
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
oh,
and
right.
also,
okay, sick.
I'll put some respect on Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah.
And also, so I don't know what he looked like when I watched that Raiders game, and it's got the picture of him. I'm like, yep, that looks like a dude who should play for the Raiders.
He's a white Mexican.
He's a white Mexican dude. He looks like
With an
he's
Irish last name.
like, in the like the little they do like it's almost like a gif of the player, right? He's standing there. He's just like he's like got actual swagger and grit to him. I'm liking it. I hate the Raiders usually, but this is a step forward for them.
In saying that, I am going to take Dolphins minus 11.5. I'm not locking it, but
Yeah.
but I just think the Dolphins have the chance or have the potential to blow out teams. I could see them blowing out the Raiders here. You know, they've just come off a
Yeah.
bye. They're feeling fresh.
Yeah. Arcane, the Netflix series, is off the
A-Chan.
IR. Yeah.
A-Chan.
Yeah,
A-Chan.
he's on that 3-week period where they have to
Yeah, like 2 weeks, I think
activate
it
him.
is. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
I've written down here, if the Dolphins don't get to the AFC Championship game, I reckon it's a bad season for them.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Look at-
agree.
With how
Yeah.
good they've
everything
been.
they
They're
have.
They should be there.
I think we mentioned on an earlier podcast, they're kind of selling the house like the Rams did to win it all.
Like,
And
yeah,
they're doing,
hold up. Let
a
me-
little
I
bit
wouldn't
of
say
that.
to the same extent.
Not to the same extent.
No,
No,
definitely
no,
not.
not to the
close
same
to it.
extent. Yeah.
Let me bring up something here about that strategy. I don't know if we've talked about this already, but I talked about it at work with John. Oh, no, I think I talked about it with you
did.
boys outside.
I think we might have talked about
I
it
think we
last
talked
week.
about that on
Talked
the
about
pod.
it here, yeah.
The whole,
Yeah.
like, are you sure? I remember talking
Yeah,
outside.
your job is to win Super Bowls, is what you said
Yep.
on the podcast.
Okay, well, we
Yep.
talked about it.
Yep.
But no, I get what you're saying. Like,
Like, your job's to win Super Bowls, not winning seasons. So, yes,
Yeah.
the Rams are struggling right now. They don't look incredible, but they have won more Super Bowl than a lot of teams.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's kind of like, well, you know, yes, they sold out for a season. Now everyone's laughing at how weak they are, but hey, they won a Super Bowl.
Yep.
and
And if they do that,
exactly.
if they do that in another 3 years' time, and they do that for every 3 years for the next 15 years, well, you know, that's 5 Super Bowls, and obviously it's not going to be like exactly like that, but you can't say that's not a bad strategy.
You'd still go down
As
as
an-
dominating that period.
as an
Yeah.
owner, you're not trying to fucking you're not trying to. It's stupid for you to think that you can win a Super Bowl every single year for 5 years or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's kind of like,
yeah, no, definitely.
I don't know.
So you lock the Finns.
No, I didn't lock them.
No, he didn't
Oh,
lock them.
you
He
I'm
didn't
just
just
lock
chose
taking
them.
them.
it. I just think
Yeah.
once again, I just don't like the 11.5. They're coming off a bye where they looked bad against the Chiefs. They didn't look
they
good.
didn't look great. They haven't
and we
looked
know that
great
the
for
Chiefs,
a couple of weeks.
the Chiefs have looked pretty average recently, and
Yeah.
so the fact that the Dolphins, I don't
I'm
love
gonna be
it.
a little bit controversial because that margin is so big. I'm actually gonna lock the Raiders.
You're locking the
Locking
Raiders.
the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm
Wow.
locking the Raiders. I think they're gonna come within that 11.5.
Fair enough. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
It would have to
I do that.
be. You got what?
I do that.
Huh?
Nice. I think the Dolphins would have to have a performance like they were putting up at the start of the year for it to go past that 11.5.
Which they
And
could.
they absolutely could, but they just haven't been recently.
True.
They've looked like a bit more of a normal team with a very average
Yeah, but
defense.
it's the Raiders.
That is the other thing.
It is the Raiders, but I don't know. I'm excited for it.
fair enough.
Great. Did I hear you say you were going to lock the Dolphins?
I didn't say anything of the
Oh,
sort.
I thought I heard that.
If anything, I'd just choose the over, hoping it's a Dolphins blowout, but I wouldn't touch it.
Nice. Yep. Even though you probably could put some same game multis on that one.
Oh, with all the Dolphins' weapons, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tyreek to get 100 yards.
Yeah,
Pretty much
give me
guaranteed.
give me
to
Devontae
happen.
Adams.
I was going to say, yep.
Yeah.
I'll go minimum on Devontae Adams because they're going to have mad coverage on him, but they'll still game plan that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I'd also maybe put minimum yards on Michael Mayer, the tight end for the Raiders.
I don't know, man. He got like 1 or 2 big catches, but other than that, I don't know.
Yeah, but if you put minimum on him,
I'd rather
that's all you
Josh
need,
Jacobs.
right?
They've shown week after week.
Oh,
After,
yeah,
the past
yeah,
few weeks
yeah,
in a row.
yeah,
Josh,
of course,
where they are going
Jacobs
to-
did have 100 yards last
They are
last
going to
week.
pound the ball with Josh Jacobs. That is
Yeah.
their strategy, and it seems to work all right because it runs down the clock. They fucking chew clock with it.
Yeah.
They slammed the ball with Josh Jacobs, and you go his minimum yards. I think even if he's averaging 2.5 yards a carry, they're going to give him 15, 16 plus carries.
definitely.
You know, like
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Use your weapons.
yeah.
Speaking of using their weapons,
The
we
Lions,
have
huh?
the Lions
Wow.
at home minus 9.5 against the Bears plus 9.5, over under of 46.5.
The Lions are the most fun team to watch in the
Oh,
NFL.
absolutely.
Is
Yeah,
Fields
easily.
back yet?
Yeah, I think he is back.
I think he is back this
Yeah.
week.
Will it make a difference?
No.
I don't
Probably
think so.
not a massive one, but I think it'll be a little bit better than with Bayesian.
Yeah, I think so. The Tyson Bayesian era was fun.
I mean, I think it was
But
after
then-
we watched them on that game last week,
Yeah.
where it was just like
was a
watching them,
punish.
and you're kind of like,
yeah.
he is just not it, you know. Like, he's just-
Unfortunately, not. He had a few game stretch to be able to stay in the NFL as a good backup QB.
yeah.
I don't know if he's met that level,
I don't
especially
think
against
so.
the Panthers. That was
You know, the Panthers, they
Not good.
beat the Panthers 16-13, and one of them was a punt return for a touchdown. You take away that punt return for a touchdown, and they look like shit. I mean, they already look like shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're watching the game and it's like he's throwing check down plays to a guy who's got coverage on him, making it work, and then there's a free dude downfield.
Yeah, exactly. I remember.
And
I remember
we
seeing that.
were talking about is it the game planning? Are they not allowing him to bomb it deep because he seemed to on the first outing he came out, or is it reads on him? So
I think it's just the Bears.
it might just
I
be
think a
the
big part of it
Bears.
is
I think
just the
it's
Bears.
just the
Yeah.
Bears.
Might just be the Bears.
And for that reason, I'm
Yep.
locking the Lions minus 9.5.
Yeah, I'm going to lock the Lions minus 9.5.
It's a triple lock, boys. I'm locking Lions 9.5. The Lions are the most fun team in football. They have weapons all over the place, and they might do it.
How can you not have fun watching that team at the moment?
Yeah.
They might do it.
Bro, that play when they went for it on 4th and 2 with
Yep.
a minute 47 to go,
Yep.
converted it just so they could run the clock down more to hit the game-winning field goal
Yep.
to win the game against the Chargers.
Absolutely.
That's MCDC football.
And and they weren't exactly in a safe position either in terms of
No.
in terms of field position.
No.
Pretty sure
But, like,
earlier in that
you know,
game they
go
went
for
for it on a 4th and 5.
yeah.
In their own half. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
sure.
4th and 5 in their own
Yeah.
half and converted. It's just
Dan
like
Campbell don't give a fuck.
He's
And
a dog.
Amon-Ra St. Brown's only getting better too.
Oh,
He had
Yeah.
8
Yeah.
catches for 156 yards
Yeah. It's
and a touchdown.
It's
It was
unreal.
It was so good.
And then it's nuts. You've got Amon Ra, and then they can either give it to Gibbs or they can give it to Montgomery, and both of them will get insane yards.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
be an expert block for
Or
the other
you've still
dude.
got Sam Laporta there to throw it to as well.
Sam Laporta, and then Jameson Williams. He's a solid wide receiver too as well.
He's getting better too.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
and you've got Jared Goff throwing for almost 300 yards every week. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bears just look like that fucking shit. Really, they do.
And the best look bad.
There's no like I think no hope for them.
No, I don't think so.
Hey, I need them to keep winning so the Giants get a better draft pick though.
The Bears are 2
Yeah,
and
that's
7 for a reason.
They
Yeah.
are.
The Bears, there's nothing to say about the Bears. They're shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
They're absolute garbage.
I'm pretty sure I said this last week. I said this shit.
Yeah.
The Bears are shit. The Bears are shit.
Yeah.
And they've
are.
proven it.
That board that I've got where I'm pinning teams on it, the Bears are up there too.
I've seen it. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, the Bears are there too.
Actually, I think you've got them on the top of your shit list. Actually,
Sure, they're pretty high up.
I
It
think
was-
the Giants are still higher, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Now let's talk about the next game because it's the Jags at home -6.5 against the Titans +6.5 over under of 40. The reason why I want to bring it up is we were talking
we
about
have to.
how yeah, good point. Contractually obligated to.
Yeah, part of how we do it.
The Jags looked like a really solid team for most part of the year, and then they played the Niners and couldn't get a single thing going.
No.
Like a single thing. There wasn't even a
Offense, defense, they
yeah.
got dominated.
Yeah,
Nothing.
you can't talk about a high point in that game for the Jags because it didn't exist.
Nope.
That was absolutely nuts. Like 34-3. That is an insane score for a team that was on a winning streak.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Niners later though, but it feels like that team's back.
yeah, which is good for
Yes.
our bet.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
I felt a lot more
Absolutely.
confident after the game.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm not losing hope on this Jags team though. They
You're
played a
not?
really good, like a 49ers team that looked like their old self from the start of
Yeah.
the season.
Yeah.
Like, I still think the Jags are going to be in the playoffs and the hunt for the AFC Championship game. I still think they're good
but
enough.
I just think if you can't even like they played the. Oh, I guess so. I mean the fucking Cowboys got absolutely smoked by the Niners too.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really tricky with the Jags. It's a spanner in the works now.
Yeah,
I
but then
had
again, that's-
definitive opinions about them, and then you could say it's a one-game loss.
it happens to every team. It's happened to every team that we've looked at this year.
Yeah.
Dolphins have had weeks where they look unstoppable and then they get fucking beaten by a shitter.
Yeah.
Same with the Jags, look really good. 6-game, 5-game win streak. You've been blown out by the Niners. Cowboys blown out by the Niners. Niners blown out by some other teams. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like
A lot of blowing.
a lot of blowing
A
going
lot
on.
of blowing going on. Yeah.
I feel like I cursed Travis into Etienne too, Because every week their keeper said that he's going to get a touchdown. It's happened. And then I said it last week, and it's fucked it.
That's
so
a really
apologies.
They couldn't get any running game going
Apologies
last
to
week.
ETN and Jags betters. I did that to you, and I just want to wholeheartedly say I'm sorry.
I mean, that is true, but then again, you got the fucking Titans.
Yeah.
Just lost 20-6 against the Bucks. I mean, like we've talked about, the Bucks are fucking average, and you're telling me that this team went fucking 20.
The Bucks like dominated them in pretty much every aspect of the game. It wasn't a fun game.
It's kind of funny with the Titans is they started kind of down here for the podcast listeners. My hand is low, and then they moved up a smidgen. And now they're just like, all right, sorry, I forgot. I got a bit excited. Let's put them back down where the low is because they kind of got a bit more of a hype when Will Levis came in. It was a bit more exciting, but then they seemed to just revert back to as if Tannehill was playing.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
All of the excitement.
When the Titans can't get a run game going with Derrick Henry, they can't do shit.
Yeah,
I think Derrick Henry had like 30 yards last week. Like
it was.
Well, to be fair, we did talk about how the Bucks are very good against the run, and that's
exactly what happened.
It really showed.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's definitely I'm taking Jags.
Yeah, I'm taking Jags. I'm not gonna lock it though. What was it? 6.5.
Yeah, 6.5.
I'm not locking it, and I don't even think I'm going to build a same game multi on this game either. Like it's just too.
No, actually, I'm going to lock the Jags.
You're going to lock the Jags?
Yeah,
wow,
I am,
okay.
actually. I am. The way I see it, I don't know. I think if the Bucks can do that well against them, I think the Jags have the potential to blow them out. And they've been blowing out teams before. It came to the 49ers. One bad game against the 49ers. I think they're going to go back to smoking teams.
Sure. Yeah.
And I think it'll start here with the Titans.
Yeah, I could absolutely see that. But then I can also see it not being 6.5 too. So that's a bit. I'm just too scared.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just a scaredy cat.
I like the Jags here, but not touching it with money.
No money shall be spent.
No.
Well, a little bit with Cree, but
yeah, that's a little bit of money's.
Next game.
Yeah, man.
Grayson, you can do this one, man.
Oh, yay.
It's
no. I saw what it was. I don't want to talk about this game. Okay, oh, fuck. Here we go. All right. Some shit green team at home +3 versus some lightning bolt team coming to town -3, under over 43.5. So it's Packers Chargers.
my first note that I wrote down for the Packers was fucking boring.
yeah,
That's one of them. Yep. It was kind of the week after so this week just happened. It was proving the point that was made earlier that when Aaron Jones doesn't get touches, they don't win.
I thought he was back.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, okay,
They just
cool.
didn't use him properly last
Sick.
week.
Nice.
And it showed, and Christian Watson can't catch a ball, and
And
Jordan Love end a game, he can't clutch up.
Is Christian Watson playing? One of my notes is genuinely, is Christian Watson playing?
Yeah, that's the
I
problem.
didn't know he was back.
He was back last week, but he's got the worst percentage in the NFL in terms of drop catches.
yeah, it's insane.
Worst
The
by a margin.
apparently Jordan Love
He's
has
6'6".
Jordan Love has one of the highest like interception like stats. But apparently when you break it down, at least half of them are throwing balls to Christian Watson, which he then fumbles, and then it's picked by the opposing team.
I mean, he got 2 out of 7 targets last week.
yeah, it's absolutely
Half of
nuts.
them are drop balls.
They're not connecting remotely.
I reckon we'll get rid of Watson.
I think
Dobbs is good. Jaden Reed's good. Datavion Wicks, great name, but also
Yeah.
good. We've got other options. Watson's not working.
and I think you got to give.
He can't jump either.
There's a lot of good QBs in the draft, but I think they'll give Watson another year.
Watson?
Oh, not Watson. I love it. Yeah, Love another year.
They just signed him to a new 4-year contract.
Yeah, they're gonna
Well,
give
they have
Love.
to.
They'll give him another 4.
The thing is, Love's actually not been the biggest problem. It's been the
Well, it's
receivers.
hard, at the
Yeah.
moment, it's hard to tell whether he is or not.
It's been a lot of receiver issues not catching.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Chargers.
I mean, to put up 38 against the Lions is pretty impressive. Like, as shit as they have looked recently, to go out there and do it to the Lions, I think that's pretty impressive. The fact they almost won. Their defense obviously fucking sucks shit.
Give me any day of the week fucking Eckler receiving yards.
Oh,
Yeah.
he loves
Jesus
to catch the
Christ.
ball.
Yeah.
He
After
couldn't
my
run the ball, but he can
rant
catch
last
it.
week against the Chargers, they've now played twice and looked okay. So maybe they're starting to heat up, but I wouldn't trust it at all.
Keenan Allen yards, Eckler receiving yards. I'm happy with those two.
Keenan Allen went 11 catches for 175 yards last
Yep.
week with 2 touchdowns, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. See, the Chargers scare me though, right? Because I see the -3, and against the Packers, I want to take that -3. But I've been burnt so hard by the Chargers this year.
You know, I'll do it for you, Keith. I'll take Chargers -3. I'll lock that in.
Okay, man. I'm glad you did.
Yeah, so you don't have to.
I do like your line here, Harry, which is, what more does Jay Herbo have to do? 27, 40, 223.
323
yards. 323
and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, what more does the guy have to do?
Like, come on, man.
It is pretty unreal. Just last night with the Packers, as I was listening to a podcast today, and he interviewed a beat writer for the Packers, and he said the hardest thing is his job is to make the team interesting, and the more people who click on his story, the more he gets to stay employed as a beat writer for the Packers, and he can't do it. He's like, it's just such a boring. Yeah, he's basically unemployed. It's just such a boring team. They're not bad enough to be interesting. They're not good enough to be interesting. They're just so middle, and nothing's going to change this year.
I saw a chart with like all 32 teams like listed out, and they all got like grades after this week just gone, and it was like right the way from A down to F. Obviously, like in the F tier is the Giants and
Thanks, man.
yeah,
Patriots.
but like, and then obviously you've got a scale, and the problem is, as you said, the Packers are sitting in like a C-,
Yeah.
which means they're not great, but they're not the worst.
Nah,
So they're just boring.
they exist. They exist.
Going
boring.
back to the Chargers, I heard a really good analogy for Justin Herbert. He's like Matt Stafford at the Lions.
Right.
He's doing
yeah.
whatever the fuck he can.
Yeah.
Taking whatever injury, playing through it, doing what he can, but not really going anywhere.
Yeah, no,
and then you see Matt
absolutely.
Stafford get traded to the Rams, instantly wins a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. No,
is that what Justin Herbert needs? Does
I
he need to be?
100% agree.
Does he need to go somewhere else?
It's one of those
I don't
things.
know if they'll get rid of him though. That's the only thing.
Nah, he's going to be their franchise.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Sorry, pal.
He's going to be the next Phillip Rivers.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, pal.
Damn, sorry for his missus having to pump up fucking 11 kids. Next fucking Phillip Rivers. Holy shit. She hopes not. She hopes not. Jesus Christ.
Anyone else touching it?
Yeah, I'm going Chargers -3.
Locking it?
I thought. Wait, were we talking about Phillip Rivers misses or?
No, Justin Herbert's.
Oh,
Touching it.
I'll take.
Is that a lot, Greg? Just to confirm.
yeah, we'll lock the Chargers -3.
Well,
Because I want to win next week. Either way. So if the Packers win, I win, and if the Chargers win, I win.
What if the Chargers win by 1?
Ooh.
Fuck.
That'll
And
suck.
I lose, and I will come on the podcast and I'll shotgun a drink.
There we go.
there we go. Make it interesting. Nah, I'm gonna stick to my guns and not lock anything.
At all.
Interesting
I'm
for
actually,
a gambling
I'm leaving.
podcast.
I'm done with the pod. So
Very
catch
nice.
you
It's been
guys
nice,
later.
actually.
Yeah.
We've missed Phil.
God damn. I had to stay behind the camera.
I thought you liked it back there.
I do.
No promotions.
No.
He's not even wearing pants right now. All right, we'll go on to the next game.
Yeah, man.
We've got Texans -4.5, Cardinals +4.5, under over 47.5.
Man,
CJ
Stroud, the
fucking
truth, huh?
Stroud.
Yeah, he
Boy,
is
CJ
him,
Stroud.
man.
He's
Was
good.
it last week? You're like, man, he can't repeat that sort of game again.
I was saying it's not sustainable. When
Apparently it is.
Fucking hell.
He threw for
CJ Stroud.
356 yards.
Yeah.
It was insane, and like it really goes to like show that there was a couple Instagram stories I saw of people saying at the start of the year when he was drafted that he was the best QB in the draft, and now they're pulling them all those clips back up just to be like, yes, he told you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
they wouldn't bring that up the
Panthers
other way
must
around,
be
would they?
pissed. The Panthers must be pissed.
Oh, absolutely. They chose wrong. The that organization who did the test about football IQ. Did you hear about that?
Yeah,
Everyone's
yeah.
blasting them.
People
QB
think
aptitude test. or
Yeah.
whatever it was.
people
Yeah.
think it's just the Texans put that in the atmosphere saying that CJ Stroud was dumb so the Panthers wouldn't take him.
I mean, well, hold on. Let me talk about this because Panthers' next game anyway.
Okay.
But I said it the other day when we were watching the Panthers Bears game, and I think it still goes to show now a little bit. And this obviously isn't the truth with every QB that comes out of Alabama. but I think it is fair to say for a vast majority of them is that they have it too easy at Alabama.
Right. Yeah.
The weapons, the O-line, like every year they pretty much have the best O-line, have some of the best receivers, the best running back, some of the best coaching staffs, best facility. Like there is not a single bad thing or challenge or adversity that those QBs have to face.
Yeah.
There really isn't. Obviously, it works with some guys like Jalen Hurts and Tua.
Yeah.
They're doing really well. But then you got guys like Mac Jones struggling a lot. Is it his fault? Don't know yet. You got guys like Bryce Young. Is it his fault? Don't know yet. But they're not performing.
Yeah.
And it's just because, yes, they look very good at college, but also because they're playing for the best team in college every year, year after year. It's kind of like, stats get blown out of proportion a little bit when you play for Alabama.
Yeah, it's like if we put you in Alabama career. I feel like you'd be first round pick.
I probably would be
and
first
then you'd
overall.
underperform.
Yeah, I probably would. Yeah, I probably.
Is CJ Stroud and Tank Dell the best rookie duo
Possibly.
in a long?
Yeah.
I've got it here in a long time, but it could be ever because
Yeah.
those two look unstoppable together.
CJ.
I have to do more research,
Well,
but yeah, I think
I
they're
have
up
to do a
there.
bit more research. But that is only recently, though. Tank Dell didn't do much of the first
No,
half of the
I,
season.
no,
thing is,
I'm
had
very
him, I
recently
had him in
biased.
fantasy and I dropped him
Recently
because he wasn't
biased
doing
on
anything.
I was going to draft him. Maybe I did draft him, and then I dropped him after like one game
Yeah,
or
and I
something.
think I picked him up and then I dropped him because he wasn't doing anything.
So I don't know.
Now he looks fucking unreal.
think-
Yeah,
think
looks like idiots now, huh?
it will be cool to see what happens the rest of the season. I think that
Yeah,
once again, like,
absolutely.
I'm not a big 2-game stretch kind of like, oh, they're the best players ever type of guy. I'm interested to see what happens the rest of the season. Can they
I
make
am.
playoffs? Yeah, here he is.
gotta
That's
hold
how
on
he
to-
became a fan of the Giants.
He's
watched
got to
one
cling
game.
on to any hope he can at
Literally,
this
yeah.
point.
So that's kind of my thing. Like, if they can do the rest of the season, then yeah, he deserves. I think he already probably deserves Rookie of the Year.
He's won it.
I think,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah,
he could
yeah,
win
yeah.
if he keeps going at this pace. He could win MVP.
Yeah, that is
Like,
true.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he could.
Genuinely
If you,
could.
But
if
I
you're
heard from
being-
a reliable source that his current performance is unsustainable.
That is someone did say that.
Yeah.
A great football analyst, I think, dug deep and found that one.
I'm gonna look at the odds for him to win MVP.
We fuck
It'll
all
be
up.
low as
Oh,
fuck
MVP.
now. Oh, MVP.
I think
Or
this will
MVP
Oh,
or a rookie?
Rookie,
Yeah,
sorry,
Rookie of the Year.
MVP
Yeah,
will still be
nothing.
relatively high, I think.
Yeah,
It'll
Yeah.
be locked.
Yeah,
yeah, but well, let's go to the Cardinals then. Carter's back.
he is, and he looks good, man. He
looks
looks
good.
good.
Yeah,
he's
missed-
doing his job well.
I
Doing the
like you
job.
missed him running around like a little toddler out
Yeah,
there. Like, it's kind of fun to
that
watch.
last play to keep it alive. And
Yeah,
win
it's
at the end
kinda
of
fun
it,
to
the
watch.
little
Shuffle
fucking-
legs, adorable.
Little 4th and fucking 10 or whatever it was that
Yeah.
he then runs
Yeah.
half
That's
the field
fourth and
backwards.
that's
and half
fourth
the
and
field
20 for
forward.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Takes double the amount of steps.
He shuffle runs. Let's be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. He's playing for his job at the moment, and he's doing a good job of it.
Yeah, I think. Well, that's the thing. I saw a clip today. I was talking about how he's not when he's playing right now. He's not playing for the Cardinals. Aren't the team? Well, the Cardinals are watching him, right? The Cardinals, since he come back, are watching him and how he plays since being back.
Yeah,
But there's also like 3 other teams that are watching to see how he plays when he comes
Definitely.
back. Because there's like
Definitely.
3 teams in the race right now to probably buy Kyler after the season. Considering the Cardinals already said they're moving away from him,
Yep.
he didn't get signed to an extension. Wait, no, he didn't get signed to an extension.
he's playing for a contract.
I thought he did.
No, or maybe
I swear
a couple
because
years ago,
then
maybe?
the new head coach came in. I think he was on like a 4 because he came out of the 2018 draft.
Do you mind looking that up, Harry?
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
have a look.
it's
It
kinda-
might be just that he has like one more year left or something like that.
yeah, maybe
Um,
something like that. But there are teams interested in him.
Yeah.
And so if he does well the rest of this season, I think the Cardinals being willing to let him go will accept an offer. It's not going to be
yeah.
a Justin Herbert thing where,
Yeah.
people will try by Justin Herbert,
Yeah.
but everyone knows the Chargers won't let him go.
No.
Compared
Nah.
to difference, even if he is signed,
Kyler
they can't-
Murray signed a 5-year extension in 2022 that keeps him under contract through 2028.
Yeah,
Oh, wow, I was way off
but they
then.
did say
Yeah.
they were willing to sell him end of last year, so I
Yeah.
do think if a team offers enough for him, they will move on.
I personally think that
Maybe not though after they've won so much.
I don't know.
Value in
There
the
was enough
draft.
bad blood in that organization through Kyler. Like, Kyler's name can't be mentioned without the Call of Duty scandal, right? Like, it's the next comment where it comes out of the mouth.
Call
So,
of Duty did just come out.
yeah, it's true. But even
played it right,
Kyler
though.
knows it's shit. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I do think they would trade him away, free up some contract, get a rookie in, try and start again on a team that kind of needs a bit of a refresh, and get something good from him. I mean, the likes of the Patriots, we're more likely to go for someone like him than to someone in the draft.
No, you're not.
Well, at the rate we're going.
You're more likely to go pick up from fucking 7th rounder and call him your new starting quarterback.
Yeah.
True.
Have you seen that photo of the Patriots 2022 draft class? It is one of the worst.
It's one
Like,
of the
half
worst
of them
ones.
have been cut.
We just cut Jack Jones.
Yeah.
Yep.
He got picked up by the Raiders.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they beat the Falcons. That's not saying much. The Texans are going to be a more interesting test.
Yeah,
to
I
see
agree.
if Kyler's any good.
Yeah, this is kind of the. Now he's had one game back. Like, this one's the game that's kind of like,
Yeah.
okay, we'll see what it's about.
I'm
Yeah,
going to take
absolutely.
Cardinals plus 4.5 here. Obviously, I can see this going either way. I don't really have a.
I want to jump on the CJ Stroud hype train.
Hell yeah,
enough.
man.
I'm locking the
definitely.
Texans minus 4.5.
Nice.
I want to see interesting games, and if he can do it again this week, I'm there for it. And if it makes me money, even better.
Fair
The
enough.
future of the AFC looks like so much fun.
Oh, 100%.
Like, the AFC already has better quarterbacks, but now with CJ Stroud added to that as well, oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, man.
NFC kind of boring.
NFC hella boring.
Has been for a while.
You got
though.
two good teams, man.
Yeah.
Maybe the Cowboys.
Oh, bro, we got fucking. Seattle's interesting. Rams are a little interesting, not too much though.
If they had a
In
better
terms of
Q-
like, if you'd had to say like top tier teams though, like
You'd say the Eagles and the Niners, and it's kind of it.
I'd say put
I'd
the
say, and then
Cowboys.
all the other,
I'd
all
put
the, like
Cowboys.
this.
I put Cowboys up there.
Lions?
Yeah, Lions.
Oh, I forgot about the Lions. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
4.
I'd say they're still in the tier
there's more
below
depth
though.
in
They're
the
still
AFC.
The
coming.
Lions?
They're still going up. I don't think they're at their peak yet, which is the fun part.
Not sure. But what I am sure about is I'm not putting money on this game.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to either.
Oh, aside from like
I'll
that
do
same
it by
game multi on the
myself.
Texans.
Yeah, Grayson can ride that one by himself.
I'll ride by myself.
I'll go Texans though, but
Hoorah.
I won't lock it.
Fair enough. Next game. I mean, this is an interesting one. How the fuck are the Panthers given only 10.5? Panthers 10.5
better than
The
against,
Giants were giving 16.5.
against Cowboys minus 10.5, under over 41.5. Panthers obviously just lost to the Bears 13-16. There is nothing good to say about the Panthers. I've already
No.
talked about
Cool.
Bryce
Cowboys.
Young. Yeah, I'll take the Cowboys.
I'm locking the Cowboys, please. At 10.5. And I'm going to put a same game multi on.
You know, I've locked enough
And
games.
I'm gonna
not
make
gonna-
some
I'm not
money
going to
off
lock this.
this.
I'm going to take. I'll put my name down next to the Cowboys. I'm not going to lock it.
I agree. I'm not gonna. I've locked enough for now.
Hey, the Cowboys
But I do
covered
like
the
the
biggest
Cowboys.
margin in NFL history, so
Yeah, and they
Is
covered.
it really? Wow.
I think so. I'm just assuming. I've
They're
never seen a
probably,
16
We'll
and a
say it
half.
is. We'll say it is.
16.5.
Yeah, they covered.
Yeah, they beat the Giants 49-17 at home. They pulled off CD Lamb because they're like, we don't need him on there
Yeah.
anymore. Let's rest him.
They also pulled off Dak.
yeah.
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 Dak, and he still threw for 400 yards and 4
and 4
touchdowns.
touchdowns. Yeah.
They let
Unreal.
Cooper Cush out there. Still love the guy.
Oh yeah, Cooper Kush is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cowboys. I can't say if they are them just yet. But their performance was outstanding.
Like I said before, I'd still put them in the tier below the Eagles and Niners. I don't think they're there yet, but
Yeah.
I think they could be there 100%
Yeah,
in the future.
Really tricky. That is such a. I mean, the last few weeks they've been on fire. So hopefully they keep that up and keep playing interesting football.
Leighton Van Der Esch might be out
he's done for the
forever.
season. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He
it
could be
could
done
be a
forever.
career
Yeah.
neck injury against the Niners.
career ending.
Might
Holy
be a career ending
shit.
neck injury because he already had neck issues. That's why he
That's
wore
right,
the
yeah.
That's why
massive
that's why he
brace.
wore the collar.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, at Homie, you might need to stop playing if you're, like, you're on your
Yeah,
third
might
neck
be.
injury. Like,
Might.
Damn.
I do got to say though, give
Might
the
be
fucking
it.
ball to Pollard more. Holy fuck me, Rad.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Give him the ball.
I
more.
don't want to talk about the next one though.
All right, next game. We've got
Okay.
it's our job. It's what we do.
Yeah, but
contractually obligated.
I don't wanna.
We signed. Remember that signature thing we all signed?
Commanders minus 9.5 at home. Giants visiting plus 9.5. Over under 36.5. Give me Giants plus 9.5. Yeah.
Give me Giants plus 9.5.
you guys are right.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
it's the Commanders.
Sam Howell
me-
just threw for 300 yards and
He-
3 touchdowns.
He also is like the second highest passing leader in the league.
Yeah, he is.
Give me Commanders minus 9.5. Locked. Yeah, he's a second highest passing yards. He plays like a young Russell Wilson, scrambling,
Yeah, I
making
can see it,
plays.
yeah.
He is a dog. I say it every week. They lost their 2 best pass rushers, but the Giants can't make an offense to save their life. So
Tommy DeVito will still get sacked 18 times.
See, you
Yeah.
say that. However, the Giants did put up 17 against one of the best defenses in the league.
Yeah, when they all gave up at the.
It was
in
kind
the
of a
fourth
garbage time.
quarter.
It was yeah.
One of the touchdowns. Okay, this play with the Giants, they got a pick in the Cowboys on the Cowboys 30-yard line, and went four and out. Try to go for it on fourth down and went
Oh,
four
I
and
did
out.
see that. Yeah.
And then
the
it cut to Tommy DeVito's dad in the crowd,
Yeah, I
and you
saw
could
that.
lip read him saying that was the 4th and 3 play.
Fuck.
Sick.
And the Commanders, they may have lost to the Seahawks, but they still put 26 up on them, which is a
Yeah.
really solid
And
defense.
it was a field goal loss. Like
Yeah.
all I
The
will say,
under-over doesn't look bad here.
Yeah, honestly.
all I will say to the Giants is, please do not fire the coaches. It is the players. It is not the coaches. Please do not let Brian Daboll go.
That's going to be tricky to see because that management staff, the owners, love
To fire coaches.
to fire coaches, and they are massive fans of Danny Dimes.
Bye, Brian.
He's
Been
like,
nice.
Bro, if they keep Daboll
Hey
and
man,
Wink,
it's
I'm happy. If
it
they
might
get
be Pete
rid of
Carroll's last year. Dable to the Seahawks, maybe, man.
if they get rid of, I reckon at the end of the season, Saquon doesn't look like Saquon anymore. The rookie Saquon that we got, or even last year's Saquon. He can't do anything. That's mainly because we don't have an O-line at the
yeah,
moment.
yeah.
Trade him. Well, his contract's up at the end of the year anyway, so we don't even get to trade him, any value out of him. We could just lose him.
Yeah.
But he said he wants to play as a Giant for the rest of his career. But
Have
Is he
you
in
go
Insane?
get a first round
Yeah.
quarterback, Drake May. I want Drake May over Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I'd say
Caleb Williams is a fucking pussy, man.
Yeah, I'd stay the
Exactly.
fuck
I
away
do
from
not want a
Caleb
guy
Williams.
that cries after
Blood
losses
fucking
playing for my
loses
football
and goes
team.
and sits on the fucking sideline with some fans, with parents, with
It was his
fucking
mum.
his mum and cries on the
Yeah.
sideline.
And
like,
then go get me some roughneck 6th round pick running back.
Yeah.
Go get me
Yeah.
Ollie Gordon.
Yeah.
Go get me Ollie fucking Gordon.
He's not
Go
dropping the
get
6th round. Are you kidding?
Dog.
brother, he's in his second year. He's not even going to the draft.
yeah, true. Yeah.
Go get me a running back like Ollie Gordon.
He might be.
Have
He
you,
might be a
have you,
Bama
have you
next year,
pushed
to be
through
honest.
enough pain with the Giants that
Yeah,
you're just going to stick with them the rest of your life? Is there no point that you just give up on that team?
Brother, I can't swap teams now.
There's no way you can swap teams now.
I'm not built like that.
It's a lot like me. You can't change teams.
Oh,
You just
really?
keep picking them up like Pokemon. You just got to collect them all. And at one point, I'm going to support all 32 teams simultaneously.
I'd love to see a wardrobe with about 32 different
That's
jerseys.
just
and you
when
just
he-
bring a different one out.
All I
That's
need to
just
do
when
is
he
start
starts
collecting
loving
Minshew
football.
jerseys, and I'm
Yeah.
getting like half the league.
But yeah, that would be my thing to the Giants. Please
You know
do
what?
not let Brian
You
Daboll
will,
go.
I will switch. I'll go Commanders 9.5 here.
Lock?
I thought you locked it.
Well, I don't
No.
lock.
No,
I
they didn't.
don't lock anything.
Damn,
No,
I
none
thought
of
you
us are
locked
locked.
it.
Um,
I did. I locked the comments.
Do you see
Minus,
heaps of Bills fans are now up like relaying to their ownership that they should never let Daboll go as their OC?
Yeah. Yeah. But wasn't
Exactly. That's the kind of coach the Giants have. Please do not fucking lose him.
Wasn't Josh Allen a part of that because
Yeah.
he had his preferred coach?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Josh Allen was dog shit his first couple of years, and then he had Daboll as an OC, and that's when he turned into the
Did you
quarterback
guys see
everyone
all
thinks he is.
Trayvon?
Yeah.
Is Bills on here?
Yeah, they play later.
Yeah. 2
Yeah,
games.
it's 2 games away.
Okay, we'll talk about that then.
Cool. Well, let's
I know
get,
exactly what you're going to say, though.
Yeah.
let's get closer to it by talking about the 49ers at home minus 10.5 against the Bucks plus 10.5 over under of 41.5.
I'm
49ers are back.
gonna lock the Niners, baby. Give me Niners minus 10.5 as a lock.
Nice, man.
I'm until they're back, and I think they're back for good.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna ride them out the rest of the season. I'm locking probably most of their games. Obviously, there may be some I don't like against some really tough opponents.
Sure.
But games 10 points against the Bucks, I'm taking that. I'm taking them all the
That's
way
nice.
to the Super Bowl.
It's crazy how much of Williams and Debo being out made such a difference. Once they came back on the field,
Yeah.
that's
They
it.
look
They're
like the old 49ers
yeah,
again.
It just came back. It just everything clicked again. So they look like the Niners we put the bet on, which is great for us. And the defense looks good. CMC still looks good. Maybe not as strong as he's been, but
I think it's just because his touchdown streak got cut.
yeah.
18 games or whatever it
Did you
was.
see
And
the
they
shit
were
about them?
trying.
Did you see all the shit about them and giving Juwan Jennings?
No, it was Cole Juszczyk.
No, it was
No, they were giving Juszczyk shit in the locker room afterwards for not kneeling on the 1 yard line when he caught his touchdown
wasn't
pass.
Juszczyk, it was,
Yeah, because it was Juice, Cole Juszczyk. I watched because he was on the Taylor Lewan podcast with
Oh yeah.
whatever that's called.
Busting with the
okay.
boys.
Busting with the Boys.
Yeah, okay. I did see
He
the
was
same
on that. Yeah, they were giving Cole Juszczyk shit. Even the coaches were in on it. Shit. Like saying how selfish Cole Juszczyk was for not kneeling on the 1 yard line.
Yeah. It's funny as fuck. I love the Niners here. Bucks. Hey, don't get me wrong. I still like the Bucks. I'll always not be a fan of them, but I'm always rooting for the Bucks. In a way.
Sure.
With how Baker Mayfield has bounced back and he was kind of forgotten and neglected as a QB.
They needed an adult at QB.
They did, and they found one.
Yep.
Mike Evans finally had his one good game of the season too.
Yeah.
6 catches for 143 yards and a touchdown.
Rashad White's solid every week.
He had almost 100 total yards.
Yeah, the defense is fucking solid every week, pretty much. They stopped the run really well.
I like your note that they won the trench war because the Bucks don't make anything look easy.
Nah.
Getting a first down, not easy.
Yeah.
Stopping a first down, not easy.
Yeah,
Everything else in between, not easy.
That was just, I put that there just because they had a good rushing game and stopped the Titans from stopped Derrick Henry.
Yeah, they won in the trench. Yeah,
they won that battle completely, not just on one side of the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. They're just grinding it out. They're doing better than I think people thought they would.
Definitely.
But the I don't know.
However, they are very middle of the road, and the 49ers can smoke
For
them here.
for that reason, for some fairly good teams, I'm gonna lock the over.
Nice.
Fair enough.
Nice. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I've done a couple of locks in already, and so I'm going to skip that one. But power to you, and more money to your account.
Thanks. I didn't really make much last week, so this is the week where I make some back.
I won some and lost it all again.
I think I would have made money last week with the way my locks went, but I formatted my bet differently in terms of putting them in a 5 out of 7 multi.
Sure. Yeah.
And it just didn't work the way I wanted to.
Yep.
So
you got to experiment though. Try things.
So I'm gonna take the over here and see how it goes.
Yeah. Wow. This game up next.
Wait, did you say what you were doing?
Nothing. I'll take the Niners, but I'm not doing it. The game up next.
Nothing leaves the podcast.
I'm so glad that this game is not a primetime game. This is the exact type of game that they would put in primetime.
I'm shocked. I'm frankly shocked.
Well, wasn't this the primetime game to open the season?
Yeah.
Was it the one that Rodgers got injured in?
Yep.
Oh, cool,
Yeah, it
cool.
was.
I mean, fucking boring. Bills look like shit. I don't give a fuck about the Bills.
It's Bills minus 6.5 against the Jets plus 6.5. Over under a 40.
Both of these
Bills home game.
teams look like fucking garbage. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Hot steaming garbage.
And I saw a thing, and Harry knows it, the one that after they lost, the Bills had Trayvon Diggs was tweeting about Stephon Diggs.
I saw it.
And he tweeted, one of the tweets was, man, 14 got to get out of there. Or they got to get 14 out of there.
Yep.
And the other one was comparing the stats, and he was pretty much calling out Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Saying that he was a nobody until Stephon Diggs came along. And it showed the stat lines of his years, and there were 2 years without Diggs, and he was bad. And 3 years with him.
The year they got Diggs was the same year Daboll was their OC.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm going to say, though, to counter that point a little bit, is you give any QB Stephon Diggs, their stat line is going to be better because you're giving him a wide receiver one who's really good.
Yeah, I don't know who their
Yes,
receivers
but
were
if you
before
take away
Diggs got there.
Stephon Diggs, a good QB shouldn't be dog shit anymore.
No, I'm just saying his stat line is going to look worse because he's got no one to throw to.
Yes, but it wasn't like, oh, he was good and then he just got better with Stephon Diggs. He was bad. His stat lines were bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
then
he was
he got
not good
Diggs
at all.
and he was good.
Yeah.
And then he's
But
still got
you put
really...
Devontae Adams there, his stat line would be bad and then would be good.
Oh, what are you trying to argue?
I'm just
then?
saying any wide receiver one, if you give
No,
any...
I'm not saying this is a Diggs thing. I'm saying it's a Josh Allen thing.
Yeah, but I'm also saying if you don't give your QB, no matter how good they are, reliable weapons...
No, it's the differences that I'm saying is the big problem here. If you take away a good Q, like if you take away, I don't know, fucking, I don't know. I feel like you're just
I feel like you're
getting it,
arguing
man.
the same points.
No, we're not. Stands doesn't agree with
Sounds
what I'm
like
saying
it.
here.
No, I don't.
I don't get it. So you're saying that if you don't give your QB a standout, a top 10, top 5 wide receiver,
Yep.
that they are going to have a bad season.
Yep.
No.
They're
Well,
gonna have
no. You look at what CJ Stroud's doing with not the greatest receiving core. He's
Yeah, but
You
Going
look at
crazy.
what Lamar Jackson's doing. Does he have any standout top? He doesn't have a top 15 receiver in his team. He is a top 5 tight end.
yeah,
And yet, yet he is putting up massive numbers. You take away Mark Andrews and put in I don't know, Trey McBride or any other tight end, or
Cade
Dawson
Austin.
Knox or Austin or something like that. He's still going to be a good quarterback and putting up good numbers. You shouldn't a QB without a number 1 wide receiver that's in the top 5, top 10 receivers. If you take away that receiver, that shouldn't explain why they're doing bad.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is that the point is correct, but then I'm also saying is the point also is overinflated too. Because
Yes
because
and
it's
no.
a-
I think-
I'll explain it in simpler terms so we're all on the same page. Cree says bad QB goes to good QB with Diggs.
yeah.
Averaging QB will be better with Diggs, but originally without him, he was still bad.
Yeah, but I'm saying you give
Does that make more sense? Because like you like the thing is, Diggs isn't gonna fix everything. An originally bad QB is still gonna be bad without him.
I'm saying if you put
Look at
Geno,
Jimmy G with Devontae Adams. It was dog shit.
I'm saying
Still
if you
not
put
good.
like a Geno Smith, or you put, you look at what Sam Howell's doing at Washington. He's got Terry McLaurin, which he's barely even using, and yet he still looks like a really good QB.
I reckon we throw it back in further. We go Stafford at the Lions. He didn't have wide receiver ones, but he was still
Well,
like
he had Calvin Johnson.
He had Megatron for a bit, you know.
Yeah, but like even after that, he still had insane stat lines without a wide receiver one. I'm agreeing with you, Cree.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I think
I don't know where
just
this
because you
conversation's
don't have
gone.
just because you don't have a top wide receiver one doesn't mean that it gives you an excuse to have a bad stat line. That's what I'm saying.
And he's still
No, and so-
Josh
so
Allen
I-
still technically
yeah.
has a bad stat line.
So we are on the same page.
called
I'm
interceptions.
saying there is relevance to that point, right? But I'm also saying that to use it as a black and white doesn't really work either, because any stats are going to be inflated, because it is at the end of the day, it's a team and a connection thing.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll agree
But
to
like-
disagree.
but like,
I don't
'cause-
think we're really.
because you could use Tom Brady leaving the Patriots with an average core, going to the Bucks with a much better core, and his stats looked way better. It's like, oh, Tom Brady is back, but it's also because the team around him
Yeah,
is
and you
good too.
put Baker Mayfield in the exact same situation. He's not doing as good as Tom Brady did. That is a QB difference. I'm saying the same
yeah.
thing with Josh Allen.
Yep.
You take Josh Allen out of their team that they are in now and put CJ Stroud in the exact same team, they will be doing way better. I think it is a QB part of it. A big part of it
big part of it
is
is
the
the
QB
Yeah.
issue.
So yeah, no, at the end of the day, we do agree. I just think it's an interesting way of looking at it, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
I think also once again, so yeah, Josh Allen is currently a big problem in that team, but I can't stand the game plan in either.
Well,
The-
it'll be
the
interesting to
scheming.
see what changes when Ken Dorsey's no longer there.
Yeah. And it's interesting firing Ken Dorsey. He's a defensive-minded coach, right? Sorry, pardon me. He's a defensive-minded coach, right? But firing him doesn't help Josh Allen throwing picks. It doesn't help the
Yeah.
fumbles that who's the running back again?
James Cook.
James Cook did.
That one
That's
that he
not-
dropped and then picked back up and ran for another 30 yards
That
was
was
great.
hard.
Though.
Yeah.
That was hard.
Started playing fucking basketball.
That's not a coaching problem. That's a player problem. And I think it was. I don't know how I feel about mid-season coach firings necessarily when it's like this. And I might be wrong, because this week it might be like, oh shit, the Bulls are really good again.
Yeah.
But it just felt like it's a bit of he's the fall guy.
But I also do think it depends on you got to have a coach that will play to the QB style. I want to
True.
see them
Yeah.
use the run game,
Yeah.
therefore make the defense scared of the run a bit more.
Yeah.
Use the running back and more screens, more passes to the running backs. Therefore, like, you bring the fucking linebackers, bring the safeties down a little bit. Then get Josh Allen on some bootlegs.
Yeah.
Get him passing and moving more. I don't think he's this pocket passer.
No.
And yet,
Nah.
so they either have him as a pocket passer or they have a designed QB run.
Yeah.
Get him in some bootlegs where they get him passing, moving, that sort of thing.
Because
I think
it
that's when
Do
it'll
you know-
open
do
it
you know
up.
be a fun
And
experiment?
that's when Diggs does really well as well,
Yeah.
when he's improvising with Josh Allen improvising.
Yeah.
The Bills have never had that run game to take them to the next level
not
as
really.
well.
And I think it's been a offensive coordinator issue. I don't think it's having a running back
No,
issue.
because
Look at
the thing is
Singletary at the
that-
Texans, right?
Yeah.
He's doing really well.
They've had solid wide receivers not wide receivers, running backs in that core, just not utilized.
I think the other thing with like in like using like say more play action based game where he gets outside of the pocket, it forces a QB spy to watch Josh Allen, which means that the wide receivers will be more open because they've suddenly got one less guy in the back end.
At the moment, it is a very one-dimensional thing that the defenses don't have to worry the fuck about. The defenses do the same thing the entire game because nothing changes for the Bills the entire game.
Do you
I
know
wanna
what
see
the
them do
Bills'
more.
offense is? Read one, is Stephon Diggs open? Yes or no? If not, check down to Kincaid.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, you look at the running backs that have left and Zach Moss going to do what he did at the Colts for the start of the season and even and now Singletary at the Texans as well. They've had great running backs there.
Yeah, and even James Cook last game, when they gave him a bit more opportunity, kind of used him a bit differently, especially after he had that fumble, then he came back and wanted to prove himself. That's the one thing I am glad Ken Dorsey did. James Cook came back, so what do? And they knew because he went and apologized to fucking
they
the
let
head
him
coach
stick
and
with
everything.
it.
Yeah.
McDermott, and so then they were like, "Fuck it, let's just give him ball after ball after ball," and he plowed through
earned it.
people 5-6 yards per run for like 4 runs in a row. Yeah.
Absolutely. That Madden cover curse really a thing.
That really is proven to be a thing, man.
So what are we betting on here?
Well,
It's
let's talk
Bills
about
and Jets.
let's talk about the Jets a little bit.
That's shit, man.
Yeah.
They are bad.
Do you see
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers wants to be back training with the team full time and after Thanksgiving?
I don't believe it's going to happen. I think it's going to.
I think he's
reckon it
moving
will.
pretty good.
I reckon it will.
Some of these videos that are coming out, he's moving pretty well.
If I was the Jets, your season's fucked. Keep Aaron Rodgers off the field. Make sure he is healed as humanly possible, and bring him back next year.
But it's a him thing though.
Yes, it is definitely a him thing. If Aaron Rodgers says he can play,
If they somehow make the playoffs, he will definitely be playing in the playoffs.
100%.
Yeah, he'll come back for it.
yeah, no, that's true. What's their record at the moment?
Is
does
it
it say
4
on
and
here?
5?
4 and 5.
Wow, that's fucking insane. Like, it should be worse.
Oh, yeah.
That's why they're saying that, like, since it's within a reasonable range of them making the playoffs, he's going to be ready to go when he's ready.
Yeah.
If it was further back, say they were like, I don't know, 2 and 7.
Yeah. Yep. No, I see that. I see that.
You know, there is a very genuine chance they make it though. The Jets, you want to hear the next few games?
Yeah.
So Jets Dolphins, then Jets Falcons, then Jets Texans, then Jets Dolphins again, then Commanders, Browns, and Patriots to finish it. So there is
That's doable.
there is a chance that
They
they
lose-
definitely
make.
a
They
chance.
lose 2 of those.
I think they lose 3.
I've already. What were they again?
So,
sorry?
so
I think they
Patriots,
let's just go through all of them.
Patriots is a win.
Yep.
Yeah.
Browns is a loss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Commanders is
It's a loss.
50-50. I think.
I think
That's
I don't think I can. Yeah, I think that's 50-50.
considering it's so late, it's 25th of December. He could be back by then.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. All right.
Christmas miracle.
18th is Jets Dolphins loss.
Loss.
Texans
Loss.
Loss.
Falcons win. Dolphins loss.
So, ugh.
So
Bills could be a win.
the problem is as
Yeah.
well is that they are AFC, so they probably don't get in. Because
yeah,
AFC
that's,
you got
that was us thinking. Yeah.
AFC you got Dolphins and Bills in that division probably still looking to get in. Chiefs are looking to get in. Ravens, Steelers, Browns, Bengals looking to get in. Jags, Texans looking to get
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, maybe
even
their
Colts
season
are
is
5
over.
and 5 at the moment. So
Yeah.
fuck,
Yeah.
like it's
yeah.
they probably don't get in. Let's be real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think they do.
Yeah. No,
I
don't
still
know.
think Aaron Rodgers will try to come back this season though.
Yeah.
To try to prove a point that
And I hope the
Yeah,
cockiness leads him to get
doable.
injured again.
Oh, I hope it does.
That would be
that'd be kind of funny.
it'd be kind of funny. Yeah.
Out for another season.
Out for another season. Yeah. I mean,
That'll be
we're-
career. If your Achilles isn't fixed and you go and do that again, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
coming back from that second. Your surgery the second time is nowhere near strong enough to hold up. Like you'll,
Yeah.
if
And
the
I'm-
old Danny Dimes thing, the old non-contact drops back and falls over.
Yeah.
Hey, he tried to play with a torn ACL though.
I'm
He
all for
tried.
Aaron Rodgers and his healing
What an
techniques
idiot.
as well. I ain't judging him for that. I know he gets a lot of heat in the media for it. I do not give a fuck. But at the end of the day,
Don't be arrogant about it. Like
yeah, don't let the attitude take over and be
you're,
like, I'm coming back.
That's the thing. Like yeah, or do whatever medicine you like, but your body isn't superhuman compared to everyone else's body. It's the same fucking shit.
yeah.
You know, Harry, chuck me one of those minty boys.
Should we say who we're taking this game?
I still don't know.
I went. Yeah,
I still don't know.
who was it?
With you, it's,
Bills Jets.
I'll take Bills minus 6.5.
I'm gonna go
I'll
because
take
it,
Bills. minus
Actually,
6.5.
you know what I will do?
what
the
are you
under.
gonna
I'll
do?
do the under.
You're gonna go the under.
Yep.
That's not bad.
Bills
Over under
can't fucking
40.
score.
Yeah.
Hey, look, as bad as the Jets are, their defense is pretty good at stopping teams.
their
It's
defense
not
is-
as good as
yeah.
it was, but they are still good at stopping teams.
I missed all of that. What were you guys going?
I
one
said
started.
under.
Cree's going under. I'm going to go the Bills. Now, the reason why I'm doing that is every head coach that has been let go, the team comes back the next week on fire. And that's like last year with Jeff Saturday. So,
No, yeah, I do like that actually.
Yeah, so
I
I'm gonna
changed
go-
my. I'm gonna go Bills
I'm gonna
as
go
well.
Bills,
I'm going
yeah.
Bills -6.
Are these locks or are these just
No,
takes?
fuck no. Against,
I'm
the
not
Bills.
putting any money on this game at all. Nothing.
There's a couple of teams you don't put money on, and one of them I put money on this week. Fuck.
Wow.
Because like Bills and Chargers, you don't fucking put money on.
No, yeah,
It's
I
fine.
don't put money
They're
on
against the
Chargers.
Packers. You'll be
Yeah,
sweet.
tries to. Yeah, come on.
Hey, but it is the Chargers.
Okay, boys,
Charges
you
out
guys
in
are
a
on your
charge.
own. I'm going to the bathroom.
Okay.
Can you grab me a beer on your way back?
Next game.
The margin's insane on this.
Yeah, well, the problem. So it's Rams at home +1, Seahawks -1, over under 46. It's because Matthew Stafford is back and healthy,
Yeah.
and so that's the whole scary thing. You got Stafford,
To Nakua and Cup.
yeah, and that is just an almost unstoppable when you look at Stafford when it's healthy start of the year with Nakua,
Jesus.
and now you got Cup. Man, that is just monstrous.
It is
a
a
scary
I think,
team.
I think that team still. It's still a shame that they lost Kyron Williams, and he's still out.
Yeah.
But when he comes back, that whole offense is going to be firing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Um,
Absolutely.
But for the meantime, like Stafford with Cup and Nakua is going to be enough.
Yeah, it's a tough one, man. Seahawks are so hot or cold. It's hard to tell.
I would love to see the Rams move Stafford into a backup role and get like a nice QB, rookie QB in the draft.
Oh yeah,
That
I
would
mean
be unreal.
they tried with Stetson Bennett, man.
Yeah,
We've talked
yeah,
about it, man.
yeah.
I wish that because I think he would have been a great fit for that team.
Oh yeah. I feel like at this stage they're not going to do.
No,
much
he
at
got
the moment.
cut.
He's on non-football injury list.
Oh hell yeah! Hopefully he comes back in a year or so, or in next season.
For listeners, he's on the non-football injury list. He didn't get cut.
This is also my non-football injury.
Oh really? You're done for the season, are you?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Damn, that's rough.
I think after last week as well, it highlights what I said last week about the Seahawks is that I want to see them with a CJ Stroud, with a Joe Burrow, with a Kyler Murray almost. Like
The Russell Wilson.
Yeah, both.
no, I need a locker room guy, Harry.
Yeah,
That's true.
both
room
these
guy.
teams, so much potential if you put a young QB in there.
Yeah,
that
they've
would
got
be
one.
amazing.
Drew Lock,
Exactly.
the Lockcock.
Big cock
Horse
lock.
cock lock.
Lock, cock, and smoking barrels right there. You're gonna fucking sling it all over the place.
Yeah, man. Fuck, I don't know, man. I don't know. If anything, I want to take the over on this, but then again, I don't know, man.
Well, I guess it's
I'm
one
not
of those
touching
games.
it.
I'm not touching with
Yeah,
money.
I'm not touching it. I'll take Seahawks -1. Just become a fan of the Seahawks.
Nice, man.
Defense is looking better and better. Obviously, Washington puts up points. Let's not say that 29 points by Washington is.
Something to laugh at.
Yeah, Ravens and
Well,
Browns.
it's not unexpected.
Ravens and Browns went to 33, 31, or whatever the fuck it was. So this doesn't mean that the Seahawks defense isn't that good because Washington can put up points. That is
Yeah.
a definite possibility.
It is interesting what you say about Geno, though, because he threw for, well, no, didn't throw for, but he had 369 yards and 2 tutties. When you read that stat, that's nice.
Yeah, it is
But
nice. Don't get me wrong,
it's-
he did play well.
It's insane his regression already.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's an interesting one.
I'm not going to touch with money, but I'm going to take the Rams +1 just because I hope with Stafford back, it kind of gives them a bit of a boost.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same.
Yeah. Either way, I win here because I got Seahawks -1 and I got Cup and Fantasy. So
Also,
Very nice.
you win regardless anyway because you have that really legit, definitely not off a Chinese website jersey that says Seattle Sea Rams on it.
yeah, it says Seahawks. Well, it says,
No, it has the Seahawks logo and
The
it says
LA
Rams
Rams.
across
LA
the front.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
got a Seahawks logo and got big giant Rams across the
Yeah,
front.
so-
Seattle
Either
Sea
way.
Rams are definitely winning this
Seattle
game.
Sea Rams are winning this game,
Yeah,
dude. I've got
yeah.
a good hunch on that. You think we can bet on that? Seattle Sea Rams to
I think so.
It's the halftime, full-time double.
yeah.
So you take one team at halftime, the other team at
That's
full-time.
God.
God, I'll take.
Isn't that order? Is it Seattle first, Rams second?
No,
So Rams
I'd
overall?
go
No,
Rams
I'd go
at
the other way
half.
around, yeah.
Seattle to win it.
Los Angeles.
Yeah, surely you put a dollar on that now.
See Rams.
Ram
It won't
Hawks.
even pay that
Rams.
much, but yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
Cheeky bet on fucking Rams halftime, Seahawks full-time.
Yeah.
Jake Bobo touchdown.
All right, let's go to the next game.
Yeah.
Broncos at home -2.5 against the Vikings +2.5. Over under of 43.5. Harry, can you take me higher and lock the Vikings, buddy?
Can you take me higher to a place where blind men see?
Beautiful.
Arms wide open.
Did you see that that reel I put in the chat today? It was like fucking DOBBS going through and like teaching all the boys about like what they need to do to win.
No, I didn't
It was
watch
like
it.
it was a meme from like an old military film, and like all the
Oh,
boys.
no, I
yes,
did watch
yes,
that.
yeah, I
Yeah,
did watch
yeah,
that.
all the
No,
boys
that
are
was-
shaving. He's like,
Yeah.
right, you're gonna do as I do.
Yeah,
and all the boys are
absolutely.
shaving.
Yeah.
Josh Dobbs
He's a
is
dog,
him,
huh?
man.
Yeah, man. He's
He's
cool.
good.
He's a
he's
dude.
it's so fun to watch. Did you
He's
see
out of this world.
Did you see the TikTok Josh Dobbs posted about
Yeah.
his rushing? I showed Keith
No.
his rushing touchdown, and it's got Creed higher in the background.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Because there's
sick,
also
dog.
an interview with him, like post game, and a reporter asks him, and they're like, "Oh, so did you know much Creed before you came to the
Yeah,
Vikings?"
he's a big Creed guy now.
And he's
eh?
like, "Nah,
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know any, but I had to kind of learn how a big Creed guy now."
Yeah, he's like, you know, it's not-
Has he toned back on saying fucking? Has he pulled it back?
Not sure, not
I reckon he
sure.
needs to. The Vikings are a big freaking
They're a
team.
big freaking
Yeah.
team.
Also,
Yeah.
what I love about the Vikings is now because they're hot, I'm seeing like a lot of Vikings reels and all that sort of stuff. So you go around other teams and it's like talking about fashion or like Joe Burrow is him. You go to the Vikings, it's them being interviewed about their kids as like being dads.
Yeah.
It's just like, man, what a wholesome ass team.
That's what it was- I think I said it last week as well. If I wasn't a Seahawks fan, if I was just coming to the NFL,
Yeah.
and I saw everything that I'd
Yeah.
seen this season about it, I'd be a Vikings fan, man.
Yeah.
Like it's just so cool.
Cool
Yeah.
colorway.
Cool
Cool
colorway.
colorway. The crowd doing the skull chant and with the drums. Oh, unreal.
Man.
That would be a good conversation. Like if you came in blind, like who would be your team?
The
That's
Giants.
a great off-season topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's a great off-season topic.
The Giants.
Phil chose right,
yeah.
man. Phil
so
chose
they,
right.
they beat the Saints 27-19 at home. Convincing.
Which is saying a lot considering the Saints have a good defense, man. They've been stopping teams all along this season. That
That's
they
how they've been winning the games.
yeah,
they
like
have.
they've
The
been
defense
stopping
comes
well
through.
and putting up points, but
Yep.
they just could not this week against the Vikings, and Vikings did really well. I'm gonna take Vikings +2.5 here.
I'm gonna lock Vikings +2.5.
Are you locking it?
Yeah.
Are you
Fuck
going
it,
to lock it,
man.
Craig?
Can you take
me
higher? Arms wide open.
But big question, who is going to be the Vikings quarterback next year? Kirk's out of contract. Josh Dobbs is only on a contract till the end of the
I think they'll
season.
re-sign Josh Dobbs. If he carries on,
If they get to the
being-
playoffs,
yeah,
Yeah.
I think you do.
interesting thing as well, TJ Hawkinson and Josh Dobbs trained together in the offseason
Oh, cool.
because
cool.
they're
Yeah.
both
Do you
they're
reckon if the
both in
Vikings
Tennessee.
made it to the playoffs and then the Super Bowl next year, they'd have Creed halftime show?
Oh,
What?
please.
I would be the halftime show.
Please.
Not Creed.
Oh,
Can we just get a good halftime show?
That'd be
fucking.
nice.
Can it
Bro,
not
what's
be
wrong with
fucking
Usher, man?
Usher?
What's wrong with
Usher,
Usher?
man.
I don't want to watch
featuring
an Usher.
Creed.
Usher featuring Creed.
That'd be sick.
I want to make a joke where I do like an Usher song and transition to Creed. I don't know any Usher songs.
No.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you take me higher?
Perfect.
Arms wide open.
All right, we'll look at the last game for this week.
Monday night football. Monday night football.
I mean, I guess it's,
Monday night. Oh, sorry, my bad.
All right, for Monday Night Football, we've
Night football.
we've got the Chiefs at home -3, Eagles +3. It's the Kelsey Bowl.
What a nice primetime game.
Is this a revenge
It
for the
is.
Super Bowl?
It's a
Have they
Super
played
Bowl.
yet?
No, they
Nah.
haven't.
No, it is too.
Then
It's a
give me
Super
Jalen
Bowl.
Hurts and the Eagles +3.
I've got.
Yeah.
I like that
I
too.
put down here my first note that I took on this game was Super Bowl rematch, but like worse.
yeah.
Because
Yeah,
neither
definitely.
team has been as good this year as they
However,
were
the
last year.
Eagles do look better this season than the Chiefs. Like that,
Oh, they do.
the Chiefs
Yeah.
look like a worse team than last year, and the Eagles look like about the same team as last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll take Eagles +3 here.
I like Eagles +3 too.
Eagles +3, please.
Are they all locks or are they just takes?
No,
just takes.
You can lock mine.
Wow.
Yeah, I hate the Chiefs. I don't like the Eagles much, but now I'll watch it.
Wow, I'm
I
wondering.
was always going to watch
Do
it.
the,
but yeah.
do the
Night
Eagles
lock?
have the best receiver duo in the league with AJ Brown and Devontae Smith?
No.
No.
Who would you put above it?
Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
That's
a really good
That's a
one.
good argument. I didn't even think
Yeah,
of them when
yeah.
I was putting this down.
Did you write that down?
I wrote that down. I wanted to bring it up. I wanted
yeah,
it's,
yeah,
it's
no,
conversation.
Absolutely.
That's a good point though.
Fuck no, I can't think of any.
Oh, Say Flowers and OBJ, baby.
Yeah, no.
JJ
yeah,
and Jordan Addison.
Not quite yet.
No, not
Maybe
We
next-
haven't seen them
maybe
together
next
yet.
year.
No,
Yeah.
well, not even next year. Just seeing them together would be nice. Like, it would be
Yeah,
nice. Start of the
yeah,
year.
true.
Addison wasn't.
Nikurin Cup.
In the current cup.
Could
Oh,
be rest of the
yeah,
year. Could be
yeah,
interesting the rest
I
of
like
the
that.
season.
Yeah, Nikurin Cup for sure.
Sterling Shepard and Jalen Hyatt.
Yeah, it's a good one. Juju and whoever else we picked up off the street.
I don't even think Sterling Shepard's on the Giants. I was meant to say Darius Slayton.
Our backyard team, Harry and I.
Uh,
Come on, they're safe hands.
They are safe hands. They are safe hands. Chris is good for a go route.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the
I think it'll be an
Chiefs.
interesting game. I don't really
Yeah.
care about
That's
that
a
much.
good
'cause I'm
prime
like,
time
good Monday
game.
night football.
Yeah.
It's a good Monday night football.
Night Football.
Knowing how prime time's been going though, is it'll probably be shit.
They're
Yeah.
probably like 10 to
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, a lot of tush push.
A lot of push
Well-
and tushes.
That's been another week of Tackle for Loss.
Yeah,
man.
I think there's going to be a lot of interesting games this week. Hopefully another couple of high-scoring games because football's best when it's high-scoring.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
like heavy defenses.
I did see a thing actually, and I do actually kind of agree with it. Not that I've been following college football too much this year. Yeah, a little bit. You know, I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
But it's one of the reasons why NFL is kind of struggling at the moment is because you have primetime games that are dog shit.
Yep.
60-something% of the games are hitting the under this year.
Yep.
Dog shit. Not a
Yep.
fan of football. And college football this year has been insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is
Yes.
it's a huge like thing where college football this year is almost been better to watch and follow than the NFL this year.
A lot of
now because people don't need to come out of college because they've got millions of dollars
Yeah.
in college, so they just
Yeah.
stay in college for a couple extra
Yeah,
years.
it's an
Right? Because
interesting one,
they'll
like,
make
it's
more
not-
in college than they do on their rookie deals.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
why would you come out?
A lot,
earlier?
a lot of other sports are having their moment at the moment, and it just feels like NFL isn't because of that.
Yeah.
Like ice hockey's going off at the moment, and they're implementing things to try and get audience growth. We just had the MLB playoffs, and that was insane. Like people were really enjoying the
Two teams that shouldn't have been there.
like the storylines going into
Yeah.
into the end of that. Basketball is always going to be a constant. So yeah, a little bit.
Constantly boring as fuck.
A little,
God
Constant
damn, I
fucking
hate that game.
Tall
That's boring.
motherfuckers falling over for no fucking reason.
Yeah,
To be
that's
fair,
true.
they did have Victor Wembanyama coming out of the draft, who's 7'4" and
Yeah.
got the skills of a point guard.
Yeah, and the wingspan of a plane.
He's a big motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right, Tackle for Loss for another week. As always,
Grayson, hit the outro.
all right, as-
11 football.
Can you sing Creed in that voice?
I don't think so, man.
too much of a
try.
mashup. So yeah, that's week 11 of the NFL. As always, if you're watching on YouTube, comment your favorite part of the podcast this week. Comment.
you take me higher?
Comment the rest of the Creed lyrics to that song because I don't know them.
If you're listening on Spotify, rate it does help.
Yeah.
And as always, go to our Instagram or TikTok. Instagram is tackle.4.loss and it has our locks, so you can bet along with us or against us if you hate us.
Yeah.
Tackle for loss, boys. Tackle for loss.
Very nice, man. Very nice.
Can you take me higher?